Hello, fans. This is your Falstaff sportscaster, Bob Kelly, with exciting 1961 highlights of the Los Angeles Rams. The year was a great one for all of football, and particularly for the National League, which shattered all attendance records as nearly 4 million persons poured into the parks. Ram fans, as usual, were supplied their share of the more spectacular games and plays. They saw the Rams win 4 of their 7 home league games. They admired one of the most powerful teams ever assembled in the champion Green Bay Packers. They met for the first time the new Minnesota Vikings, who became the NFL's 14th member. And they cheered the longest touchdown pass, the longest kickoff return, and the longest punt return ever made by Ram players. We have tried to capture some of the flavor of this season with its excitement, its drama, and sometimes its heartaches. All of the characteristics that make the game the choice of fans of all ages. After narrow losses to the Colts and Bears in their first 2 games, the Rams play host to Coach Buddy Parker and his Pittsburgh Steelers for the first time since 1956. The Steelers, one of the NFL's strongest defensive clubs, also have suffered 2 heartbreaking defeats, both by 3 points. Going into the game, new Rams quarterback Zeke Bratkowski, obtained from the Bears in a winter trade, is the league's leading passer with 61% completion average. Rookie lineman Charlie Cowan kicks off for the Rams. Speedy Johnny Sample takes the ball on the 7, returns 27 yards to the Pittsburgh 34, recovering his own fumble, just a split second before Cowan pounces on him. On the first scrimmage play of the game, the Steelers' Jack Scales fumbles, and Clendon Thomas recovers for Los Angeles on the Pittsburgh 37. Bratkowski gets the Rams rolling by lobbing a short pass into the flat to John Arnett, who twists his way to a 7-yard gain. Again moving through the air, the Brat finds Jim Red Phillips for a 15-yard gainer and a first down on the Pittsburgh 18. As usual, it takes more than one man to finally stop the battling Phillips. 5 plays move the ball to the Steeler 2, and Bratkowski rolls out around his own left end and sprints into the end zone to give the Rams a 7-0 lead. In the second quarter, the Steelers ball on their own 49. Former Ram Rudy Bukic moves his team into LA territory with a pass to Buddy Dial, good for 26 yards. With a 1st and 10 on the Ram 33, Bukic hands off to Tom Tracy, who bangs 11 yards up the middle before Bill Jobko brings him down. Now, Bukic returns to Dial again. And they click for a 20-yard touchdown pass to tie the score at 7-7. Later in the same period, the Rams are deep in their own territory as Bratkowski arches a long pass intended for Carroll Dale. But Sample intercepts and roars down the sidelines, 41 yards to the Los Angeles 11 before Arnett bumps him out of bounds. Now our Falstaff slow-motion camera picks up the second Steeler touchdown as powerful John Henry Johnson takes the pitch out, spins, drives, and weaves his way 5 yards into the end zone. 7 Rams had shots at John Henry in this relatively short but amazing touchdown run. The Steelers enjoy a 14-7 lead with only 1 minute left in the first half, but the Rams fight right back. Frank Ryan at quarterback, and when he finds his receivers covered, the former Rice star elects to run. He gets big blocks from Purvis Atkins, Phillips, and then Bass as he picks up 28 yards and a first down on the Los Angeles 48. After an offsides penalty against the Steelers, Ryan gets good protection as he returns to the air, finds Dale for a 17-yard gainer. A roughing the passer penalty and the clock, which now shows just 36 seconds to play in the first half, failed to bother Ryan as he looks for a receiver. Finds his man and fires. Phillips cuts across the end zone, makes the catch between 2 Steelers. The halftime score is Rams 14 and the Steelers 14. After a scoreless third quarter, Sample puts the Steelers deep in Los Angeles territory on a 41-yard punt return with just 4 minutes left. On 3rd and 6 at the Ram 11, Bobby Lane, who did not start because of a bad shoulder, fires this pass, but Jack Pardee turns apparent defeat away by intercepting. With the ball in the Ram 4, Ryan fades, floats a pass out to the 32, where Ollie Matson races under it, makes the catch and streaks away. Matson, former Olympic runner, shows he has lost little of his fabled speed as he glides into the end zone to complete the longest pass play in Ram history, 96 yards for the winning touchdown. The Rams later added a field goal to make the final score, Los Angeles 24, Pittsburgh 14. The largest road crowd of the season is on hand at Yankee Stadium. 63,000 fans on a cold day as the Rams test the mighty defenses of the New York Giants, Sam Huff and company. The Rams have little trouble moving the ball, gaining 218 yards rushing and adding 154 passing. But as we pick up the action late in the first quarter, the Rams in white are trailing 3-0 but beginning to roll. Arnett races 25 yards to the Giant 44. But a clipping penalty cost him this big game. Now, Dame Fortune strikes a low blow. Number 61, Bruce Tarbox, blocks as Arnett cuts off tackle and makes yardage. But he fumbles, and the Giants' Dick Link picks it up on the bounce. The Rams' defensive unit comes onto the field, forces a punt, and we pick up the action with the Rams again in possession. 2nd down and 4 in the Ram 19. Ryan passes over the middle to Matson, a gain of 12. The Rams appear on their way again as Bass blocks Andy Robustelli out, and Arnett gets another first down, slashing off tackle for 18 yards. But on the next play, all-pro defensive back Jim Patton intercepts a Ryan pass and returns 20 yards to the New York 44, and another Ram threat is turned back. With less than 2 minutes to play, the Giants still lead 3-0. They're in Ram territory, but David Jones, with help from John Lobatier and Jobco, bulldog Y.A. Tittle for a 12-yard loss. The Ram line is putting an aggressive rush on Tittle, but Y.A. gets even with a smart call. Fades back and back, then lobs a screen pass to halfback Alex Webster, who, aided by a sensational block from Joel Wells, scampers 59 yards to a touchdown to make it 10-0 Giants at halftime. But midway in the third quarter, the Rams strike back. The line continues its hard rush as Tittle fades to pass and misfires. Les Whitmer makes the interception on the run, returns 10 yards to the Giant 35. After Arnett is held to no gain, Ryan rolls out to his right, throws to Phillips, who catches the ball on the sideline at the 24. Eludes a diving try by Dick Nolan and goes in standing up to cut the Giants' margin to 10-7. Following the kickoff, the Rams hold and take over on their own 43. Workhorse Arnett picks up 7 yards to set the stage for one of the season's great runs by his speedy partner Dick Bass. The little fullback runs out to his right, luring the defense to that side, then reverses his field and picks his way through virtually the entire Giants team. Sports writers in attendance estimated Bass ran more than 100 yards to gain credit for his 53-yard touchdown jump. The run gives the Rams a 14-10 lead with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Before the period is over, they're threatening again. We pick up the action with the Rams in possession on their 25. Ryan hitting Phillips for 16 yards. The Giants are penalized for a personal foul, giving Los Angeles a first down on the New York 43. Ryan to Phillips again, this time for 7 yards, as the Redhead makes the catch surrounded by Giants. Now it's Arnett driving off tackle to the 25 as the Rams begin to smell pay dirt. But an incomplete pass and 2 running plays leave them with a 4th and 1 at the Giant 22. As the fourth quarter opens, Ryan calls on Bass, but the blocking's not there, and Dick is stopped inches short of the crucial first down, an important turning point. Midway in the fourth period, the Giants begin the winning drive. Connerly passes to Joe Walton, who races to the Ram 36 before he is tackled. The Rams penalized an additional 15 yards, giving New York a first down on the 21. 5 plays later, the two veterans, Connerly and Rote, combine on this 10-yard scoring pass to give the Giants a 17-14 lead. New York added another touchdown to make the final score, Giants 24, Rams 14. The Rams are looking for revenge as the arch-rival San Francisco 49ers come to town. The 49ers had their shotgun firing on all 3 barrels during the first league meeting at San Francisco and handed the Rams a 35-0 shellacking. Coach Red Hickey's club is favored to repeat that win at the Coliseum, and more than 63,000 fans have turned out to take a first-hand look at the offense, which is the talk of all football. Early in the first quarter, the Rams show that they are not playing from the same script used in San Francisco as they dump 49er ball carriers for loss after loss. Alvin Hall makes the tackle on Abe Woodson. Bill Kilmer, who had a big day in San Francisco, gets similar treatment from Jones and Lundy. The result, a 10-yard loss. And now it's Bobby Waters' turn as the line pursues with a vengeance. And Urban Henry gets help from Jones to bring young Bobby down for a 3-yard setback. And so it went into the third quarter when Danny Villanueva's field goal gives the Rams a 3-0 lead. Picking up the action late in the period, Brody passes to R.C. Owens for 19 yards before Lyndon Crow, Jack Pardee, Clendon Thomas, and Hall bring him down. It's 1st and 10 at the Rams' 15 as Kilmer cracks ahead for 6 yards. 2 plays later, Kilmer roars into the end zone from 8 yards out, and the 49ers have a 7-3 lead. It's beginning to look as if San Francisco now is in high gear. But the Rams are not to be denied. Following the kickoff with 2nd down on his own 25, Bratkowski passes to Phillips for a 13-yard gain as the fourth quarter gets underway. The same combination clicks again, this time for 9 yards and a 1st down on the San Francisco 10 as Phillips tugs his tackler forward. With the ball on the 7, Bratkowski crosses up the 49ers with a pass to Arnett, who is hit just a yard short of the goal. Bratkowski sneaks that final yard. The Rams once again have the lead 10-7. But the 49ers have a most feared reputation for long kickoff returns and subsequent last-minute victories. Abe Woodson has Ram fans on the edges of their seats as he takes the ensuing kickoff and races 56 yards into Ram territory before Villanueva finally knocks him out of bounds. The big play goes for naught, however, as the aggressive Ram defense once again rises to the occasion. Lundy smacks Kilmer from behind, causing a fumble. George Kruger recovers. With this break, the Rams quickly cash in for the game's final touchdown. The Falstaff field camera catches Arnett as he hits the right side and goes for 7 yards. With the ball on the San Francisco 14, Arnett races around left end and dives into the end zone. But even though one official signals touchdown, the other places the ball 1 yard short of the goal, and it's up to Joe Marconi. And Joe does it as Frank Vericchione and Phillips wedge open enough room for the big fullback. The game ends 3 plays later. The Rams have their first league win over the 49ers since 1958 by a final score of 17-7. Now, a word from Falstaff's Old Pro.
All right, Rennie Elwood, come on. Let's practice the Falstaff football march. There's light-hearted living in light-hearted Falstaff. There's light there. Hey, Dainty Thumbs, will you knock that off? Come on now. All right, you symphonic flower, give me that. You just fill yourself out of a good, cold Falstaff.
There's light-hearted living in light-hearted Falstaff. Brewed for fresh, light-hearted taste with the heart of finest barley. Heart of purest water, too. And the heart of the hops for a light-hearted brew. There's light-hearted living in light-hearted Falstaff. America's premium quality beer.
Go, go, go lighthearted with Falstaff. That's our beer.
One thing for sure, when the Rams and Chicago Bears collide, the action always is heated and hard-fought. The 1961 Wrigley Field renewal is no exception, as the Rams visit the Windy City on their final road trip of the season, hoping to avenge a narrow defeat suffered at the Coliseum early in the league season. The Rams in white score first midway in the opening quarter, as Bratkowski rolls out and throws to Phillips. He makes a diving catch in the end zone. The Bears come right back as fleet Charlie Bivens takes the next kickoff on the 4, and our Falstaff camera follows him as he scampers 50 yards into Ram territory. Eddie Metter finally slows him up, and Jim Boakey brings him down. Former Ram Bill Wade sets up the tying touchdown, a short pass to little Johnny Morris, who races for 17 yards. 4 plays later, powerful Rick Caceres hits the line for the final yard, and it's 7-7 as the Wrigley Field partisans show their approval. Midway in the second quarter, the Bears get rolling again as Wade hits Caceres on a fullback screen pass, good for 7 yards. The busy Mr. Caceres is at it again, this time for 10 yards over the middle, down to the Ram 28. On this play, pass interference is ruled against Ram Alvin Hall, and the ruling gives the Bears a first down on the 1-yard line. And you guessed it, Caceres does the rest, going over standing up to make it Bears 14, Rams 7. Minutes later, Caceres gets another Bears drive underway with a 24-yard run around left end of the Rams 17. Charlie Britt finally brings him down. Now, Wade keeps and runs around right end, and he gets 10 yards before Big John Baker runs him down. 5 yards away from the end zone now, and Wade calls on Caceres again. And Big Rick pulls several tacklers across to make it 21-7 Bears. The Rams begin to close the gap in the third quarter. After Meta recovers a Bears fumble, Bratkowski passes to Phillips, who catches the ball on the 12 and backs into the end zone. Officials rule Phillips stepped out of bounds on the 9. Here's a play which caused plenty of screaming from Ram fans. Bratkowski throws to Phillips in the end zone, but it is ruled a trap, and Los Angeles must settle for a field goal. Villanueva makes good from 15 yards out, and this cuts the Bears' lead to 21-10. In the opening minutes of the final quarter, the Rams pull even closer as Bratkowski and Matson thrill the crowd. Holly takes the pass at the 28, shakes off Bobby Jackson, and outruns speedy J.C. Caroline to complete an 84-yard scoring play and cut the Rams' deficit to 21-17. With just 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go, the Rams regain the lead as rookie Dwayne Allen is on the receiving end of a Bratkowski pass, good for 48 yards. And the score now shows Rams 24, Bears 21. But the Bears have one big play left. Wade hits Woody Gallimore with a short pass, and Woody makes an amazing run up the middle. Prances into the end zone and throws the ball into the air for sheer joy. It's now Bears 28, Rams 24. 2 minutes left. The Rams are still fighting. This long pass from Bratkowski to Phillips is caught just barely out of bounds. And this one really gave Bear fans heart attacks. Bass takes a short pass from Bratkowski, gets a block from Roy Horde, and for a few seconds it appears that he may be able to go all the way. But he has finally run out of bounds, and it's all over. Final score, Bears 28, Rams 24. The Baltimore Colts, who usually have a tough time in the Coliseum, provide the competition for the Rams in their next-to-last game of the season. Johnny Unitas, who saw his long string of touchdown passes end here a year ago, is hoping for revenge. and his passes spark the Colts' first drive, which culminates in a 30-yard field goal by Steve Myra and a 3-0 first quarter lead. After the field goal, Arnett takes the next kickoff on the 9-yard line. He gets good blocking from Willie Hector, Matson, and Jones, and roars up the sideline for 46 yards before he is hauled down. Bratkowski loses little time in finding the range, connecting with Carroll Dale for 38 yards on his first pass of the game. Safety man Bob Boyd bulldogs Dale inside the 5, but fullback Dick Bass goes into the end zone standing up on this very next play. It's Rams 7, Colts 3. Unitas still is hot, though, and he passes to big Jim Mutschuller for a 36-yard gain and a first down on the Los Angeles 35. Now watch the great speed and ability of Lenny Moore as the Baltimore ace gets extra yardage down to the Ram 22. Veteran Joe Perry gets the next call from Unitas. The all-time NFL ground-gaining king rumbles into the end zone despite a pull muscle which sidelines him for the rest of the game. The score now is Colts 10, Rams 7. But a Villanueva field goal makes it 10-10 at halftime. It takes just 2 plays in the third quarter for the Rams to regain the lead. Bratkowski passing to Phillips for 12 yards and a first down in the Ram 32. Now, take a look at the blazing speed of Carroll Dale as he cuts between 2 Colts, races past them to complete a 68-yard play. The Rams are in front 17-10 and soon add another field goal to make it 20-10. But the Colts are still full of tricks. Faced with a 4th down and 7 punting situation, they snap the ball to the shortback, Dick Welch, who darts through the surprise Rams, eludes Arnett at the 25, and goes 60 yards to prove once again that in the NFL, anything can happen, and usually does. And before the crowd can get settled down, Bass has them roaring again. Dandy Dick takes the ensuing kickoff and returns it upfield 55 yards to the Colt 45. On 2nd and 8 at the 43, Bratkowski pitches to Phillips for 18 yards and a first down on the 25. Marconi takes the pitch out and adds 5 more yards as the third quarter ends. Finally, Bratkowski passes to Marconi for the touchdown. The Rams scored again later to make the final score. Rams 34, Colts 17. Every National League team is made up of many, many component parts. Just as important and necessary as the ball carriers and passers are the offensive linemen who open the holes and provide the protection. And just as important as the man who makes the tackle is the man who breaks up the blocking prior to the tackle. And just as a team is made up of many components, so is a good pro football player possessed of several abilities. That is, a good NFL back is a blocker as well as a runner and pass receiver. So let's watch some of these component parts and demonstrations of individual versatility as shown by the Rams of 1961. For instance, John Arnett's running abilities have made him famous in the world of football, but Arnett also excels as a pass receiver, as he shows here on this catch of Bratkowski's aerial against the Bears. Arnett can block, too. Watch him in the lower right-hand corner of the screen as he helps clear the way for a good gain by Dick Bass. Bass also has many talents. Here he leads the way for Matson. Cuts down his man and enables Ollie to go 69 yards for a touchdown. In addition, Bass is a constant threat for a long game. This one is for 55 yards against the Packers and shows the great speed of the little scooter from COP. Bass also led the National Football League in kickoff returns in 1961. And this one, for 61 yards against the Packers, helped hike his average. Versatility is a must for an NFL linebacker, too. He has to defend against both passing and running and be conscious of both possibilities on every play. 8-year pro veteran Les Richter, the Rams' defensive captain, is one of the very best at this. Now watch Bill Jobko, number 57, at the top of the screen as he plays off a blocker and makes a great tackle. Jack Pardee is another veteran linebacker who's good at diagnosing the play and stopping it before it gets going. Bob Long, former Detroit linebacker, shows exceptionally alert team play here as he picks off a pass, runs it back, then hands off to a speedier teammate and blocks for him as the Rams get additional yardage. A defensive backfield man also must be able to stop both running and passing plays. And the Rams have two of the best in this department in Eddie Metter and Lyndon Crow. Metter made the tackle on the previous play, and here he runs back an interception 34 yards against the Steelers. Crow, obtained in a trade with the Giants, saves a touchdown in this play as he shoots across to nail Johnny Unitas of the Colts. And here Lyndon shows off his old USC offensive running abilities as he returns an interception against his former teammates, the Giants. One component in the Rams which showed good improvement during the 1961 season was the offensive line. Such players as Art Hunter, Jim Boki, Roy Horde, Frank Veracchione, Charlie Cowan, and Joe Scabelli helped backs like Tom Wilson do their jobs. Keep your eyes on Boki at the top of the screen as he knocks his man down at a most difficult block, and Bass turns the corner for 11 yards. Rookie guard Cowan, number 73, weighs 250 pounds, but after making an initial block near the line of scrimmage, he has the speed to continue on down the sideline into the end zone with Bass on the 73-yard run against the Vikings. Art Hunter is one of the most consistent blockers in the Ram line. Watch the big center as he makes the initial block for Ollie Matson on this reverse, which goes for a touchdown. Slot-back Matson and right end Phillips are two extremely dedicated football players. Matson still can run with the best of them, as this great bit of dipsy-do against the champion Packers illustrates. But now watch Matson in the lower half of the screen as he blocks out number 82, Doug Atkins of the Bears, enabling Arnett to make a first down. Here's Phillips at the top of the screen in the dark jersey, opening a hole for an Arnett touchdown run. Phillips led the league in pass receiving with 78 catches, second only to his end coach Tom Fears in all NFL history. Here he hauls one in against the Lions and steps 69 yards to a touchdown. The great nucleus of players you are seeing in this film will be back this season, plus a fine young rookie crop. The Rams will present two highly regarded young quarterbacks in All-American Roman Gabriel of North Carolina State and Ron Miller of Wisconsin. A first-round draft choice is All-American tackle Merlin Olsen, a 6'5", 265-pounder from Utah State. He is just one of many, many linemen the club drafted. Marlon McKeever, promising linebacker from USC, who was sidelined by an injury early in the 1961 season, will return and is expected to be a big help in this department. So will other such 1961 rookies as Albert Kimbrough and Ross Coyle. The team under Coach Bob Waterfield and his staff will face all the great clubs in football at the Coliseum. Rookie stars like Ernie Davis of the Browns, youngsters like Francis Tarkenton, Norman Snead, and Mike Ditka, and such established greats as Jimmy Brown, Paul Hornung, Sam Huff, Jim Taylor, Joe Schmidt, Lenny Moore, Johnny Morris, John Brody, and Bart Starr will help provide the same thrills, excitement, and displays of skill you have just seen. Visit or call the Rams office, 7813 Beverly Boulevard, Webster 38291 for information on how to acquire season tickets to all the team's 1962 games. And now this is your Falstaff sportscaster Bob Kelly wrapping up the 1961 Rams highlight film, reminding you that the Falstaff Brewing Corporation, brewers of America's premium quality beer, will again bring you exciting pro football on television this fall. Tune in with lighthearted Falstaff beer and enjoy every play throughout the 1962 season. This has been another special Falstaff sports presentation.